Hello, I was thinking of this idea of this universe called Goontar, spelled Goon, Goontar. Goontar. And it's not a name or anything like that, it's just the name of this franchise, that kind of thing. Or something like, Magic or Magic, I don't know. But just something where it's more of an original name. Like, Pulsifer's Web. I don't know. Anyway, I tell you something. This show is, like, Harry Potter. If you don't know what Harry Potter is, it's a fictional franchise about some kid who discovers that his parents were wizards or something, and he ends up going to, like, some wizard school, and it turns out that way, and he goes through, like, adventures and stuff because of it, or whatever. Well, anyway, sorry for the lump on my face. I have a big injury here. I don't know what happened here. There's just a big lump on my face. I think I should probably go get that checked out. Anyway, instead of a kid going to some wizard school, it's gonna be an adult, like a guy who just recently became adult. He's the most normal, average guy, But the thing is like his life is going really wrong, you know. He's like my age, like 18. Oh, his girlfriend broke up with him. His parents kicked him out. Even the pet started to betray him a little bit, and everybody kind of didn't really like him, and he was just kind of an outcast. And so he was kind of left alone, homeless, just walking around. And then one day, he comes around and he meets this wizard guy. And then they start to talk to each other, and then eventually they go through some adventure or something. And because of this adventure or whatever, he decides to join the crew, because it turns out this wizard wasn't just any wizard, he was a police wizard. Okay? And this police system is like ancient. It's like, I don't know, 10,000 years old. Like, it just recently became a 10,000-year-old company, and they're having their 10,000th anniversary, things like that. And like, he becomes he slowly becomes like a magic police officer, and then he has like many adventures and many things, and becomes like a magic police kind of thing. And that's just like the whole show. And then by the end of the show, he's like he goes retires, or he like gets the next generation for when he might potentially retire. And then that's pretty much it. And then the expansion of that universe, if there is one, it's just him just now retiring or something, and then the rest of it is just gonna be whatever the next generation has. But yeah, that would be an interesting thing to see, and not just a bottle capped uh thing where it's like only in this country or only in that, where it like it explores not just the magic world but magic world, maybe even multiverse or multiverses, you know, multiverse. I mean to say that kind of thing, and that would be a pretty big deal. I would like to see that. I would like to watch that. That would be a very interesting concept. You know? Something like that. Goontar. That's what I'm thinking I should probably call this. The Goontar. That would be a pretty interesting franchise. Just make it in a way where it's like built around the world, built its own universe or whatever. In a way where it doesn't necessarily have to end, where it's like Lego Ninjago, where it can end for that specific show, but it never, like, that franchise, that universe never truly ends. It can only re-begin, like a new start, that kind of thing. Because then you could just have forever magic. Hoo, 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 hoo. That kind of thing. So, yeah. And there's going to be like a bunch of hints of mystery lore and things like that. And whatever. It can become like huge or successful or whatever, even though it's probably not going to be remembered in like an actual 10,000 years. But hey, at least it's something. Well, anyway, that's all I got to say about this Goontar. Again, that is Goontr. Goontar. So yeah, just about a guy who had a really bad life, who like had it really bad when he made it to adulthood. And then after that, he becomes homeless and he meets the wizard, and then he goes through like an adventure and then becomes like a wizard cop, sort of, and then just becomes, like a wizard cop and goes through many adventures and things like that. So it makes it very interesting. Anyway, I better end this video so it can get released. So, yeah, like I said, it is spelled Goontr. Goontar. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, have a nice day. Bye.